But when I make a contribution, I update the group on the status of the negotiations. So in general terms, how things are going, what the priorities of Gibraltar are, and what we would like to see. Bear in mind, it's very different to what the United Kingdom negotiated for itself. I mean, they negotiated a trade agreement. We are more interested in a mobility agreement, which allows the fluid movement of persons and of goods through the border. But as you know, the negotiations are still ongoing. We're now in round number 16. There have been, it's true to say, also lengthy delays. There was a very long delay from May to November as a result of the Spanish general election, and then the Spaniards forming government after that took a considerably long time. In fact, it allowed Gibraltar to have its own general election in between that process. So there have been delays, true, we need to acknowledge that, but everybody's fully committed to ensure that a treaty emerges at the end of it, because the alternative, the no treaty world, is not worth thinking about. Well, I made it clear to the committee in Brussels that there are some lines Gibraltar is not prepared to cross, and everybody knows what it is that I'm talking about. So there are preparations, there have been ongoing preparations between Gibraltar and the United Kingdom, very detailed now, for a number of years on different aspects of a no deal. We know it will be difficult, and we know it will change the way that Gibraltar interacts with Spain and with the European Union. But we have no choice if there are fundamentals at stake. So we also need to understand there are some areas where Gibraltar and the UK cannot mitigate, because some of those areas are outside our control. But from what is within our control and within our grasp, I mean, those areas we certainly carried out a considerable amount of work, a huge involvement on the part of the public sector here in Gibraltar, also the Ministry of Defence, also the Foreign Office in the United Kingdom, and other UK government departments. Everybody has played their part in no-deal preparation. So we'll continue to review that, and we'll continue to keep that, because we don't know exactly whether we'll end up with a treaty at the end of this process or whether we'll end up in a no-deal situation. In any negotiation, the more difficult issues are normally left towards the end. So you've spent months or years agreeing, concluding, deciding more or less where those landing zones are going to be, but then you need to conclude the more difficult matters which are being pushed forward towards the end of the negotiation. That is where we are now. There are not many issues left, but there are important issues, and we need to make sure, for the benefit of all of us, that we get it absolutely right.